Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Comic Hall. I am your host, Dylan Lang, and it is beginning of June, so summertime is technically upon us. It is meteorological summer, so we're getting into the nitty-gritty of summer books. A lot of number ones this week, some new creative teams, and there were also some other number ones that I didn't buy that I might mention to you real quick at the end of the show to get you to go out to your local comic book store and pick up some new stuff. That's one of the main reasons why I keep doing this show is because I want you guys to actually go to your local comic book store and just check it out and just find some stuff that you might like and just help support the world of comic books. I'm wearing my new Deadpool shirt that I got from Loot Crate, so I got that going for me today. And I'm rocking the red, I guess, if you want to. Caps are playing right now for the Stanley Cup. They win today. They win the Stanley Cup, so good luck to them. And, well, here we go. This is this week's haul. Now, I know I said last week that you're not going to be seeing a lot of these, but I figured this was a small week. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm starting to cut back or whatever, but this was just about $50, which is still a lot, but it's not as much as I had been paying for a week. So here's hoping I'll continue to dwindle down. The next couple weeks will be the tough part. I might go a little crazy on my birthday since New Comic Book Day is on my birthday this year, and I usually get some money from my dad. So we'll see. Anyway, first up from DC is a number one. Justice League number one, written by Scott Snyder, with art by Jim Chung and Mark Morales. Oh, yes, Mark Morales inks. What's going to be interesting is this is going to be one of their bi-weekly books. So the other artist is Jorge Jimenez, who's actually really, really good also. So it should be interesting. This is right out of Metal, and all the stuff that you see in Metal is, that played out in Metal plays out here. They're introducing the Hall of Justice. Here's your Justice League right here. And you have your, Legion of Doom, which is the new thing right now that they're doing. So they're bringing back the Legion of Doom. So they're going to have all this crazy stuff. So it's just a lot of setup on this one, but the artwork looks really nice, and we'll see how the story plays out. Scott Snyder has somehow able to fit the Joker into his Justice League book now too. He's obsessed with the Joker, which is crazy. Speaking of the Joker, Batman number 48 is out this week. This is the beginning of the wedding arc. The wedding arc will culminate on July 4th with Batman number 50. Hopefully they're going to get married. All things I've been seeing up to this point right now look like they're going to somehow get broken up, which I really, really hate because I really like to see where this is going, and I hate the fact that they played this for about half a year, and now all of a sudden they're like, no, we're not going to do it. But this one is another talky issue from Tom King with wonderful art by Mikel Janin. But you know what? It's okay if it's talky because the story is excellent, and it's a new take on Batman, and Mikel Janin was born to draw Batman. I don't mind this Joker as much, but again, I feel that Joker's getting overkill. But in this point, with this story arc, it makes sense with what they're planning on doing. So, interesting things all around. So we'll see what happens. Also, speaking of the wedding, they're continuing the prelude to the wedding with their one-shots. This is Nightwing versus Hush. This one's written by Tim Seeley, who I think also wrote last week's also. Art by Travis Moore. And it's Batman's bachelor party, I guess, for all intents and purposes. And in that case, Nightwing has to deal with Hush, who I guess wasn't invited to the bachelor party, which was a shame since he used to be one of Bruce's best friends. So, oh well. So we'll see what happens. I like the prelude stories so far. They've been good, and I like this whole wedding arc as well. It looks like we get Batgirl versus Riddler next week, which is good because I like Batgirl and I like the Riddler. This one, I'm still about Man of Steel number 2. I like the first issue, but there's just something about it that leads me to believe that Brian Michael Bendis is just going to just totally change everything, and I'm not going to like it. I don't think he wanted to write a married Superman, so I don't know, because he introduced a chick who has the hots for him, who's going to probably become a main character down the line. But this one is written by Brian Michael Bendis with art by Doc Shaner, Steve Rude, and Jay Fabak. So you get a little bit of everything, and also you have this new villain who, again, is just kind of and just there's just something about the series I've read so far just a little off. Like here, Hal Jordan knows who Superman is, and he says something online. Can you give me a quote for Clark Kent's article? I don't know what that means. And then there's some stuff about what's going on with Lois and John, because I like those characters. And then you have like an ambush bug pop up in here. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy it that much. So we'll see. But make up your own mind. I'm just telling you, it's my opinion on things. Also, number 1, Out of Metal. This is The Unexpected, written by Steve Orlando, with art by Ryan Sook and Carrie Nord, because Ryan Sook, even though his artwork is phenomenal, he cannot do a monthly book to save his life. So, again, we'll see. I'm trying to cut back. Curse of Brimstone came out this week. Mick Gray is inking on this one. Mick Gray and Wade von Gradbagger, which are 2 really good inkers, are inking on these. Curse of Brimstone came out this week, but again, I'm cutting down on some stuff, so we'll see. The Unexpected. It's a number 1. It's Ryan Sook. It's Steve Orlando. I'll follow it. We'll see what happens. I wasn't going to buy this issue, but I absolutely love this cover, and it's a new creative team, so I figured she sucks you right back in. Harley Quinn number 43. Just look at this cover. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is stunning. I love this cover so much. It's my cover of the week. It's the new creative team is Christopher Sabella with art by Mirka Andolfo. So, you know, I really need to start reading Harley, getting up and reading Harley, because I wasn't going to buy this, but this cover just, and then having Frank Cho do the variants just makes that even that much better. So we'll see what happens. But just one more look at this cover. Gorgeous. Stunning. Love it. Wasn't going to buy this one either, because hopefully they're not going to shoehorn him into this. And it's just for this storyline, but we'll see. But I've liked what I've read so far of the series, even though Tim Seeley's take on it's been a while. But Tim Seeley didn't write this arc of Green Lanterns number 48. This one looks like it's probably going to lead to issue 50. This is written by Aaron Gillespie with art by Ronan Cliquet, who's actually a woman, which I didn't know until Gail Simone mentioned something. And I love Jessica Cruz. This is such a great character, and I like Simon Baz. So I'm not the biggest fan of Hal Jordan, so we'll see. But right now, I will follow the story to see where it goes, because I've liked what I've read so far. Deathstroke number 32 continues the Deathstroke vs. Batman storyline. Christopher Priest, Carlos Paglione, and Roberto Vicara are pencils, and Larry Hamill continues doing the breakdowns, and Jason Paz is doing the inks. So it's a good creative team. As always, Christopher Priest always kills it on this type of stuff. And you've got Deathstroke taking on Batman, which you haven't really had a chance to do in a while. So I'm just continuing with it because of Christopher Priest, really. And Carlos Paglione's artwork is good as well. The final issue of Snagglepuss, Snagglepuss Chronicles, Exit Stage Left. I only read the first issue, so I haven't been caught up on this yet, but I loved everything that they've been doing with this series so far. Mark Russell, writer, Mike Feehan, penciler, Sean Parsons, inker. So we get the final issue of Snagglepuss. Wraps up everything and sets up the cartoons and stuff like that. So it's actually a pretty interesting take on things. Plus, you also get the last part of Sasquatch Detective, which was written by Brandy Stillwell with art by Gus Vasquez. So get that as well. So good on that. That's it for DC. Marvel has a bunch of number 1s out. Let me tell you the ones that I didn't get. The Immortal Hulk number 1 is out this week. So if you like the Hulk, you got a new Hulk issue there. What was the other one? Ant-Man and the Wasp had a #1. That's just a mini series. I didn't get that either, but that's out and getting in time for the movie. There's one more that I'm missing, which I can't think of right now. Deadpool. Deadpool #1 is out. But there's also Doctor Strange #1. This is another gorgeous cover. It's written by Mark Waid, who's great, and Jesus Saez is the artist who did the cover also, and it's phenomenal. I'm going to delve into this a little bit more on my regular show, Dylan Knows, this weekend, but this Doctor Strange story, Doctor Strange no longer has connection to the Earth's mystical waves, so he decides to go into outer space to become the Sorcerer Supreme in outer space, which I think is an awesome idea. It is. It's a great idea, and look at this art. It's gorgeous artwork, and it's Mark Waid, and oh my God, this artwork is just outstanding. So then I discovered that, last week we showed you the Black Panther Intergalactic Wakandan group, and then I saw this, that apparently Frank Castle is the future Spirit of Vengeance, and he's going to be Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is coming out soon. So now you have Doctor Strange in outer space. You've got Ghost Rider in outer space. You've got Black Panther in outer space. And then they just announced as Guardians of the Galaxy to take the place of the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's going to take place in outer space. So we'll cover that a little bit more. But for now, just look at some more of this gorgeous Jesus Saez artwork. And he's going to go to outer space to do magic. So I love the fact that Captain America #1 is going to come out on July 4th also. So I'm going to probably pick that up. So that'll be another good show I'll probably do also, because I probably will do it on July 4th since I'll be off that day. This is unfortunately just a one-shot. Dazzler #1, I think it's X Factor or something like that. Doesn't say it right here, but it's written by Magdalene Visaggio with art by Laura Braga. Dazzler's always been one of those really fascinating characters. Came out in the 70s as a disco roller skating singer, and then gradually has turned into I guess, more of a punk type of character as well. So it's a shame it's only one shot. I thought it might have been a regular series, but it's plus for me because then I don't have to buy any more subsequent issues unless they do another series. So I figured I like Dazzler, why not? That's it for Marvel. Independence, the best book independent-wise right now, Strangers in Paradise #4. Just everything about this book. Terry Moore does everything about it. Everything about this book is amazing, from the black and white artwork to the story arc. This one is basically almost all no words here, some words, but the majority of it is not. And it's continuing the great storyline. Strangers in Paradise has been around forever, and I highly recommend you pick up any and all trades and the new issues of the comic. Red Sonja with art covered by Art Thibbert, who I always love his artwork when he's not just inking. I also does like his pencils. It's issue #16. Amy Chu, Eric Burnham. They've been pretty much, and the creative team, and Carlos Gomez is the artist. They pretty much, Carlos Gomez and Amy Chu have basically been the creative team on almost every issue of this. So again, it's hot chick in chainmail bikini. I think it's ending the time traveling story. So I think you got Red Sonja back in her time, which is a shame because I would like to continue to see more adventures of her in our present day. Also, we have Red Sonja and Tarzan #2, written by Gail Simone with art by Walter Giovanni. I read the first issue. I enjoyed it immensely, and Gail Simone is just another writer that whatever she does, whatever she touches, is worth picking up. So you get a little Tarzan, Red Sonja work, so that's pretty cool. Dark Arc #7, which is a great premise, and that's why I'm still collecting it. The basic premise, for those who don't know, is everyone knows about Noah and his ark. God made Noah build an ark and 2 of every animal. Well, what if the devil got someone to build a dark ark and he brought 2 of every evil creature, and now both of these arks are on the water? That's what the story's about. It's written by Cullen Bunn with art by Wando. So it's fun, and believe it or not, Aftershock's been getting a little bit more religious than most people, but it's a fascinating look at an idea, and it's one of those ideas you're like, why didn't I think of that before? Finally, we have Demigod #2, just because I like the team. I like the group behind Ominous Press: Ron Mars, Andy Smith, Bart Sears, Rick Lenarde, people like that. This is written by Ron Mars, art by Andy Smith. It's basically punk-ass guy who thinks he's all that, gets the powers of a demigod, and how he abuses them. So, beautiful artwork by Adam Smith, and Ron Mars is always one of my favorite writers. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this week's Comic Call. As I said, that's not everything. As I said, you have those #1s that came out this week. X-Men books are out. This came out this week also. There've been some other DCs I dropped that I haven't been picking up. So there's some more of those there. So lots of stuff. Just go out and head out to your local comic book store, check it out, pick up some new stuff. As I saw, there's a bunch of #1s out this week. There's probably gonna be a bunch of #1s coming out in the next couple weeks. I've been seeing some other stuff rolling through here. It's going to be an interesting summer. So until then, thanks. Go to your local comic book store. If you don't know where your local comic book store is, go to your search engine, type in Comic Shop Locator, Comic Shop Locator Service, or CSLS. Once the searches come up and you find the right one, you click on it, the website will take you to the website. On the right-hand side will be a place where you put your zip code. You write your zip code, and it'll tell you every store within about a 20-mile radius. As I said, I have my store. There's one out in Westminster, one down in Annapolis, one out in Hunt Valley. So I got like 5 stores. One in Towson. There's like 5 stores I got all around me. So I got plenty of places I go for comics. So you should go check out your comics. My store's doing a couple of weekend not giveaways, but deals, 50% off of everything this weekend and next weekend. So summer sales rush. So check that out also. And also, you need presents for grads who like comic books and geeky stuff. Check out some stuff that's not just comics. They've got trades, pops, statues, mugs, t-shirts, toys, cards, anime, whatever you need, manga, videos, whatever you need. Most comic book stores will have almost everything. All right, guys, I should see you again next week. I'm going to continue, despite what I said last week, I'm going to try to make this a weekly event. But again, I do have to start cutting back on comics. And we'll see if that's successful. And let you know. All right, come back and go to comic book store this weekend. Bye now.